Have you ever wondered why people in East Tennessee will tell you if you hate the weather, stick around for 15 more minutes and it'll change? Well, I've got a good example of that. We met up at a barbecue place called Highlander Barbecue. It was really good, good prices, good food, solid homemade sauces. It was 50 degrees at the barbecue joint. We drove 20 minutes up the Carver's Gap, probably about 2 miles away from the parking lot. We noticed that there was a lot of snow and ice on the sides of the road. The road was clear, but snow and ice were everywhere. Not that and the fact that the top of the mountain was literally in a cloud. We got out, we're like, oh, I mean, it's muddy, there's puddles, there's ice, there's snow everywhere. And we're like, okay, we're just gonna go for it, might as well. It's supposed to clear up at some point. So as we're hiking, you go through these woods to start, which are really cool. They have like a Lord of the Rings kind of vibe to them. These big like pine fir trees. It's kind of a moody feel, and you pop out into a bald and you hike down. Of course, for us, there wasn't really a bald. I mean, it was a bald, but you couldn't see anything. I literally probably had 100 feet distance visibility. The snow was going between anything from like slushy mud that maybe that deep to there was spots on the trail where it was seriously at least 1 foot to 2 feet deep. My brother brought his puppy along. She had a blast, but we were trying to not to bust the whole time, which shockingly enough, neither of us fell at all. We slid a lot. We almost busted, but we didn't. As we got up near the top, the wind started to pick up and we noticed that a lot of the branches, everything looked like it got blasted with like, I don't know how to describe it, like the snow and ice just blasted on all the trees, and it had icicles that stuck out probably about, I don't know, 1/2 inch to 1 inch on certain like poles of trees. Rock stuff just had this really cool like an icicle formation. It looked kind of like something out of Narnia. As we got closer to the top of the Grassy Ridge Bald, the wind picked up and it definitely got cooler. And when we got to the top, we realized it might not clear up like we were hoping. The sun tried to peek through a couple times in the clouds, and we started noticing you could kind of see blue sky, but it never actually opened up for us. We did get Sedona, my brother's puppy, to pose for the camera. That was pretty cool. But on our way back down was actually a lot harder than our way up. Downhill on snow and ice is a lot trickier than going up on it. And one thing we realized too, we had gone from 50 degrees eating at the barbecue place to 34 degrees at the top. It might have even been colder with the wind chill. And by the time we were heading back down, halfway down, we noticed that the majority of the snow we had hiked in was already mostly melted, and it was above 40 degrees again. And maybe I'd say a couple hundred yards from the cars in the parking lot, it burst wide open. You could see for miles, you could see the mountains in the distance, blue sky opened up, it warmed way up. I was like, figures. Like we sat at the top for probably, I don't know, a good 20 minutes waiting to see if it would actually like open up. But I mean, we both had a 2.5 hour drive back home, so we couldn't wait. But it was still pretty cool to hike in the snow. But that's just a good example in East Tennessee. People tell you, hey, just wait 15 minutes, weather will change. It's so true. If it's raining, give 15 minutes, it's probably gonna change. If it's freezing cold, it might warm up. We have the most bipolar weather living in the Tennessee Valley here. But I mean, hey, it's what you get living in the Valley of the Mountains.